Hello, gentles and ladymen. I am Bison Gaming, and we are here with a new public update preview for Age of Empires 3. Now, it's been a while since I've made an Age of Empires 3 video. I've been really caught up with lots of IRL stuff, moving and stuff like that, and it's
your
been
audience
really
is
busy.
gone.
And to be honest, Crab Champions is just a lot lower effort to make when I'm busy running around in the hot heat of Mississippi every single day trying to get this move in order. I'm moving soon, so that's cool. Anyways, that is all to say, you know, my absence from Age of Empires 3 for the past couple weeks or so is only temporary, and I am more than happy to come back and play this game again. So how's it going, everybody? I'm joined by my brother, General Spades, also known as Chase MD on YouTube. How's it going?
Like and subscribe.
Yes, to both of us, please. And we have a public update preview. July update. It's been way too long since we had a new update. When was the last one? What, February? March?
April,
really? Was
yes.
it April? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still 2 months. That's quite a long time.
How do I know this? Because the Civ grid is labeled as April update right now. And this one doesn't come out till July, so we got some time to upify.
Oh god, my mouse is invisible. I don't know where I'm clicking. It's okay. I don't need to click anything. Here we go. All right, so yeah, it's just public update preview. Let's begin. General, Native American build menu. Adjusted the villagers build menu for Native American buildings by moving the community plaza behind the wall.
The house is now Q.
Thank
That's it.
God. That was so annoying when I switched to a native civilization, and then the button that's always historically been house is now like community plaza, and I can only build one of those. So annoying. Next, I hope they change it for the Asian civilizations so that the age up on your settlers is not where the house is for the Euro civs either, because that's the only other one that's like that, you know? Anyways, ranged infantry and counter skirmishers that had their damage against cavalry and shock infantry reduced now have their damage multipliers increased again by about 20%. Isn't 20% exactly how much they were reduced by?
Yes.
Okay, so they're just reverting that change. Honestly, that's kind of a good thing, because these past couple of...
Actually, no. So we were in the PUP, a couple of us, and what they did is Steven's here actually. Good timing.
Hi, Steven. What's up?
You can explain what they did with shock infantry, or with relation to shock infantry, because the light infantry nerf to cav still exists, right, Steven?
Yes, it still does exist, and they've evened out the multipliers so that it's now more fair against the coyote runners and other sort of shock infantry.
Okay.
So
I'm personally a fan of this change, as I was a big fan of this change when it first came out, but over time I kind of realized, and I think everybody kind of realized, that it makes civilizations with really good heavy cav just completely broken.
Well, that's still going to be the case.
Yeah, but
they didn't change that. Nothing has changed.
Oh, okay. Well,
nothing has changed. Just shock infantry are less busted now.
Okay, so shock infantry are slightly nerfed, but cavalry are not.
Correct.
Really weird. Okay, it's not how it reads, but whatever. Grenadier Troopers aligns the negative damage multiplier of Grenadier-style units to 0.4 times against cavalry from 0.5, and shock infantry from 0.3. Okay, cool. Sure, don't mind that. Grenadiers do less damage to cavalry. I am all for that. Slightly more damage from shock infantry. It's a shock infantry, though. That's kind of sad. Stealth. The following units now move a bit faster while stealth. Oh, cool. This includes like all the primary stealth units. I mean, that's cool. Jaguar Prowlers definitely need it, because Jaguar Prowlers need every nerf every buff they can get, because they are like a weak as shit unit, and like a terrible unit overall. But I think the core issue is that Jaguar Prowler Knights are still unit that is designed to stealth its way into the middle of masses of enemies before they reveal themselves. And this issue is still not fixed because they're still not going to be able to stealth their way into the middle of formations. So I don't think this is going to change much at all, honestly. It's nice to see it they're looking at buffing stealth, though. It means that future updates might hold further updates to stealth.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe they'll revert the every unit sees stealth at certain range.
Yeah.
I might be the case.
Hope so. You know, except for Tushunki Prowlers, they can go fuck themselves. I'd like all of my units to see them.
It is a bit dumb that, there's a guy on a horse in the middle of us. Let's just ignore him.
Yeah, at least with Jaguar Prowler Knights, it makes a little bit more sense.
They should make it so the horse gets unstealthed, but the unit itself doesn't.
So they just see a horse running around.
Yeah,
with a saddle and reins, but no rider.
No, not the saddle and reins. Just a wild. It's a wild horse.
I feel like they wouldn't really allow that to just fly through their camp. Whatever. Warships improves the turn-rated ships with standard broadside attacks to make it easier for them to pursue and hit moving targets. Thank you! It's like the biggest complaint I have with naval combat is it's impossible to chase people. Alright, units and buildings. Field is now more quickly built when in range of a granary. That makes sense, because the granary is supposed to boost it anyways. Native Scout can now be trained by Aztecs, Haudenosaunee, and Lakota from the town center and native embassy. Weren't they already able to do that?
Apparently not.
Now
they were able to do that with the Advanced Scouts card, but now they can do it without it.
Now inflicts 5 times damage bonus versus Mercenaries removed from Advanced Scouts. Whoa! So what does Advanced Scouts do then?
It notes it a little further down, but it's now just a 3x multiplier on top. So now they go up to a total of 8x.
Oh, that's insane, actually. Holy shit.
The thing is, Advanced Scouts now I don't think is actually particularly useful, because it was a 10x multiplier against mercs and allowed all the training. Now it only adds a 3x, so it goes from 5 to 8. So I think it went from a very good card that if you're going against a civ who likes to do mercs, you'd probably include it, to a card where, unless your opponent's only doing mercs, you're not going to bother.
I still think the Advanced Scouts card has been dead since they added a build limit of 20 to the Scouts. It used to be that there wasn't a build limit and you could just train them like a normal unit. I used to love doing Scout rushes. That was so much fun to watch Scouts just punch horses to death. And from stealth, it's wonderful. All right, spies. Yeah, see, look at this. They're buffing spies, but they're... Okay, whatever. Spy, cost reduced to 115 coin, down from 125, and improved attack prioritization against heroes and mercenaries. Icon updated. Ooh, they got a new profile picture. Alright, let's see here. Explore. All explorers are now as unique as they look. Each civilization received a small bonus. Okay, I'm a big fan of this. Realistically, it doesn't matter, and it's not going to affect most players, right?
Except it does, and I'll tell you why once you finish reading through all of these.
Because most of these look like they're very small changes, right? But
they are, but there's a but.
It adds a lot of flavor and uniqueness to the explorers. Let's go over these. The British get +1 range and +2 line of sight. Yeah, sure. That probably is going to make them a fair bit easier to kite treasures. Dutch can train envoys. They should have been able to do that already. Let's be real. Although that means the envoys are going to be a big threat in explorer combat in Age 1. If they can snare somebody, get into a fight, and then spawn envoys on top of them. Kind of like the Spanish do with war dogs. The French constructs TPs faster, +1 range damage. Very nice. Do you guys know how much faster this is, and whether or not it's further boosted by the French Advanced Explorer card?
I do not at this point.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, Germany has faster regeneration. Oh, kind of like Malta. That's cool. Italians, damage bonus against treasure guardians and pets. This is probably the biggest one here, I think. In terms of the new ones. Obviously, the Portuguese Spyglass and Spanish Warthogs kind of outclass it, but in terms of the new abilities, I think the Italians probably take the cake here, just quickly looking over the other ones. Ottomans have 5% hit points, nobody gives a shit. Then they have the Spyglass. Russians have +5 siege damage. That one's also probably a little bit significant, since siege in Age 2 is probably one of Russia's weakest attributes, and this, while it's not going to solve it, I mean, it helps, you know?
Well, just wait until you get to the Russia patch notes, so that statement is no longer true.
Okay. Wow, okay then. The Spanish can train war dogs, and the Swedes get +1 melee damage.
Okay. So here's the but.
Okay.
Russia now hard counters Italy.
Ooh, so they must have a lot of siege then. Oh my god.
So, and I tell you this because Russia's explorer now out sieges architects.
Oh, that's a great point. Oh my god, yeah.
So every single building, if you catch a architect when he when he first starts building a building, your Russian explorer will destroy it before it gets built.
That is a big deal. You are right about that.
Meaning, if you go aggro as Russia, you send your guy right into his base, find us for TP or his market,
and just burn it down.
Yeah.
Or his housing or anything.
Yeah, Italians and Russians definitely have the two biggest wins out of this here, for sure.
The Brit one is good because now they can micro treasures better.
Yeah. All right, moving down. Horse artillery now transitions notably faster between bombard and limber mode. Thank God! It took like 6 fucking seconds before. It was unreasonably long amount of time, especially considering the horse artillery is designed to be a falconet, but with good movement. It just sucks that it limbered and unlimbered so slowly. Thank you, game. Levied spearmen and bowmen can now be trained in batches of 5, but take 7 seconds longer to train.
This is a good change.
Yeah, worth it for those African civilizations.
Yeah, no longer trickling them out when you're being rushed.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot stronger in defense.
Big deal there. Natives and mercenaries. Chakrams. Oh, I love these guys. Renamed to Chakram Thrower. Okay, I hate them now. No, I'm kidding. Berber Camel now have a 0.5 malice. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be multiplier. Somebody didn't use their spell check right for light infantry on their melee and charge attacks. Got it. Oh, right, because the Berber Camel is supposed to be like a Dragoon, but melee. And so...
Yeah, it's a light. Yeah.
So now it's actually designed to lose against light infantry. Cool. The Maya Castle. This building can now also train regular Native American military units. Renames to American Citadel. Oh, cool. So the Maya Castle now also functions as an extra Native embassy that shoots and receives shipments. That's actually a big deal. That makes it, maybe a little bit more worth it now. To get a 4th Native embassy, basically. Maya Javelineer now tagged as Foot Archer. Cool. So that's an extra buff at the that's an extra 10% HP they can get at the arsenal.
Yep.
Prince Chevaliers. Oh my god. Please tell me they're getting nerfed. Please. Oh, thank.
Nope, they are getting buffed.
What? No. They were already like the top of S tier in my tier list. Now have a 0.6 times multiplier for light infantry in their melee attack. Oh, okay, so at least they lose to light infantry now. Melee damage bonus for heavy cavalry increased to 1.6. Okay, from 1.34. Range damage bonus for heavy cavalry and shock infantry increased to 2.75, respectively. Siege damage decreased to oh my god. That's a big nerf to siege. Okay, I think this is overall a nerf, because although they are stronger versus heavy cav and shock infantry, they are designed for that purpose, and I don't mind it. I think what made the Prince Chevalier OP was the fact that it could fight light infantry very, very well, and it had much higher siege compared to every other Dragoon type in the game, and they seem to have solved both those issues. So even though it is doing more damage to heavy cavalry, I think this is overall a good nerf to the unit, and a good rebalancing for it. Awkward silence.
Well, move on to the next topic then.
You guys gotta say stuff! I'm fine.
I don't have anything to say.
Kieselbash fixed an issue where the unit would use the trample attack instead of the intended hand attack. Alright, cool. Yeah, fix issues. I'm all for it.
What do you want us to say about that? Huh? Move on.
I mean, the Prince Chevalier one is a very relevant thing for the meta. You can't compare the Prince Chevalier changes to the fucking Kieselbash tiny
did. Deal with it.
Royal Musketeer charged pistol attack now inflicts half the damage versus villagers. Cool. Somali Druid Militia range damage reduced to 11 from 14. Increased multiplier for artillery to 3 times from 2 times. For ships to 6 from 4. Both of them on the melee attack remain consistent with the range multipliers. Okay, cool. So they're further specializing the Darude Militia to be an anti-artillery and ship unit instead of just an all-purpose Skarn that defeated everybody because it had 28 range or some shit.
Yep.
All for that. Further specialize it. Please do. Also, please make it not have 4.5 speed. Just saying. Somali Isa Warrior. Damage increase. These were these the throwing knife dudes? No, those were Sudanese dervish.
Yeah, those are the dervish.
What are the Isa Warriors? Can one of you guys remind me?
They're the ones that the AI tells you to watch out for, like my Somali Isa warriors will demand their share.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I don't know. I have no idea what they actually are.
Sorry, can't help you.
Okay. Decrease speed to 4.5 from 5. Sounds like a good change so far. Add damage multipliers for cavalry and melee to 2.5 from 3. Okay, so they're changing it from a pike unit to a halberd unit, essentially. And in the range attack to 2. Oh, there's a range attack. Okay, interesting. From 2.5.
Yeah, I think they're Musk equivalents.
You got it, man.
I think they're like Gaskinia.
They seem to have range infantry, range multipliers versus cavalry, so I think they were more like a Gaskinia cross with a Carolian.
Yeah.
Yoruba Legionary, line of sight increased to 20 from 18. Yeah, sure, buff those Legionaries. These guys are cool. Oscari cost reduced, thank God. 250 was way too heavy of a price for those dudes. 230 is not much better, but it is better, Barbary Corsair, cost reduced to 180 coin from 200. Also agree with that. Battleship range reduced to 32 from 35. Oh, no! There goes my dreams of being able to drop a German Age 3 battleship in the forward pond and nuking its EC. No!
That was a necessary change. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself.
That was one of my favorite videos, and I'm so sad it didn't get very many views because that was such a goofy strategy.
Click the button in the top right, and you can watch that video right now.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah,
the card. Yeah,
I will definitely thank you, Chase. I will definitely be making a card for that. Absolutely. Let's see here. It's a good change. I'm just sad because I couldn't take advantage of it on my channel in time. Black Riders melee damage increased to 18. Oh damn, so they're kind of they're a little bit more like the Yojimbos now. All right. I mean, they still ain't no match for a Yojimbo, but they're a little bit closer to that. Dahomey Amazon population reduced to 2 from 3. I hate to break it to you, but that is not enough to make the unit good. Still a trash unit. Giant Grenadier population increased to 3 from 2. That is further that's starting to put that one into trash tier, I think.
I don't. I think this is now to the point where it's like it will actually be a balanced-ish unit because giant grens are still too strong. This makes it just a little harder to field them early. You need more houses, so I think it's less of like you're never gonna you're never gonna be in a situation where you're only making these.
Right.
But I hope not, because if you're doing that, then why are you like this? But yeah, so I think it's relatively minor, but minor nerf, and I think it's good.
Kanuri Guard population increased to 3 from 2, and hit points increased to 390 from 320. Oh, cool! So that gives it a little bit more of a unique identity compared to what are those spear chucking dragoons that I really like?
Javelin Riders?
No, the mercenary versions of Javelin Riders.
I have no idea.
Shit. Anyways, it differentiates them a little bit from those guys, so I'm happy to see that. Little Bombard, cost reduced from 1100 to 1100 coin from 1200, and train time to 70 seconds down from 90 seconds. I mean, this is really cool, but like, you know how often when I create a mercenary strategy that has lots of excess coins so I can make little bombards, and I'm training a batch of 5 little bombards, I usually don't think to myself, man, I really wish I had 100 extra coins so I could afford hunting dogs right now. I mean, on one hand, yeah, 1200 was too much, and 90 seconds was ridiculous. But on the other hand, are people really going to be training little bombards now that you've made this change? I don't really think so.
Just makes the memes easier.
Mounted Rifleman. Removed Rifleman class and adjusted negative bonuses for heavy cavalry and shock infantry to keep them in line with other counter skirmishers. Interesting. Wait, so they are turning the Mounted Rifleman into a skirmisher? I thought the Mounted Rifleman was like a ranged lancer.
Well, they can unmount. Pretty sure. Right?
No, I don't think they were a mount-unmount unit.
Yes, they are a mount-unmount unit.
Interesting. Alright, well, whatever. Napoleon guns. Decreased population to 4 from 5. Thank you. And cost reduced to 450 coin from 500. Yeah, thank you. 500 coin was way too much. Way too much. Speed increased to 4. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Napoleon gun is actually useful now. Thank the heavens. Yojimbo decreased melee area effect to 1 from 2. No! And siege damage to 20 from 40. No! That's definitely gonna shake up my mercenary tier list, because those guys were like at the very tip top. Because they're like a cuirassier and they were like a cuirassier and a mercenary goon all in one with super high siege. But that definitely puts damper in. The Zanata Rider, this is the one that I was comparing to the Canary Guard earlier. Population increased to 3. Oh, that was one of the big things with the Zanata Riders. That was a low pop merc. And line of sight increased to 16 from 14. Oh, that's cool. They got some more range. What do you guys think about all these merc changes?
I think they're mostly all right.
All right.
I don't use mercs.
Yeah, generally good. I like the Napoleon gun changes. Makes it a more usable card for USA if you're going New Hampshire.
I think the Napoleon gun is probably the most relevant change here, in all honesty. In terms of day-to-day games that people play.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a little bit more incentive to go New Hampshire, although I still probably won't.
Yeah, there's been some changes to your USA too, but you'll get there.
Technologies. Mission Fervor. Corrected the tooltip to mention the improved healing speed for healers. Cool. Marriage Politics from House of Wetton. Now reduces age-up cost by 15%, down from 20. 20%, goddamn.
Still really worth it.
Yeah.
Still really worth it.
Maya Cotton Armor now also affects foot archers. Cool.
So, and remember that builds on top of them classifying their Javelineers as foot archers. So now they get that extra HP boost as well.
Right, exactly. Paper cartridge, cost reduced. Thank you. That was way too expensive. Pillage, wood cost reduced to 250 from 350. What's pillage? Which civilization has this tech?
Pillage is the advanced arsenal tech that improves the siege damage of Cav.
Got it. Thank you. It's this. Got it. I didn't know its name. I never actually looked at its name, despite all the years I played this game. Royal Card Games, House of Hanover, cost increased to 175 of each resource, up to 125. Cool. All right, sure.
So this is an interesting change because now it's a situation where it is more risky now to actually send it. Because at 125, 125, it's 375 res total. So even if you roll badly and it sends an age 1 card, you still basically get the value.
Oh, this is the one that sends a random card?
A random card from your deck. Now it's close to 500 res. So now it's a much bigger risk to send it because, if you're it might send an age 1 card that's only 300 res worth. So it might actually be it's a dicey roll now. So it's probably one that's better suited for late game after you've already sent your age 1 cards and you have a lot of age 3, age 4 cards that you still haven't sent to increase your chances that that's what you're going to get.
Got it. Somali Oryx Hydus Shields increases range resistance by 5% down from 10, but costs are reduced. Cool. Big fan. Less armor. Let's not make let's please not make infantry units with 65% range res. 2P animal lore, cost reduced to 50 wood, 50 coin. Is this the one that improves berry gathering rates?
No, this is the one that allows them to train cougars.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense then. Victorian-era House of Hanover fixed an issue where some civilizations could not upgrade the factory in the Industrial Age. Oh, that's an interesting one. I'm glad they fixed that. All right, Advanced Scouts no longer enables native scouts in town centers and now increases damage bonus versus mercenaries by 3 times down from 10 times. Oh yeah, you weren't kidding. This is an overall nerf to scouts. Hopefully they actually get a stat buff when I get down to them. I'd really appreciate it. Advanced Farm now also sends a farm travel. Oh my god, sweet! This is one of the things that people have been asking for forever, is for all of the advanced cards to actually send a wagon for these things, because...
Advanced Arsenal.
Oh, they didn't do it for Advanced Arsenal? I guess that makes sense. You get so much value out of Advanced Arsenal. But this is a big change. Yeah, this is a big change. Some of these might actually make it into build orders now. Holy crap.
Well, Advanced Estate now is one that you might actually want to consider if you're doing a turtle strat, because now you can talk about having an age 1, age 2 source of coin, and you get one for free, so you don't need to get that 600 wood.
Oh, this will allow you to get estates in age early, won't it?
Yeah, Advanced Estate, that card is now worth effectively 600 wood in age 1. Now, it's a very, very niche card, because estates really aren't good value until age 4 once you can get all their upgrades.
Right.
But if you're playing a game where you're going turtle heavy and not coin heavy, this is a card that can give you some coin income in age 1 or 2 without being on a coin mine. So, that's really good. The advanced rice paddy card, that might be something that Asia players just want to include by default, because you get a rickshaw and it now halves your cost on all of your rice paddies, and remember, that's your estate and your
exactly
food. So I still don't think Advanced Mill will be particularly good, or Advanced Farm, but
estate, rice paddy, and maybe market, depending, might be very helpful.
Yeah, market might be useful because it does give you better trade rates with it too as well. So you get a free market and you get better trades. So that wouldn't be included, but I could see 2 or 3 of these being in circulation now. And the other ones, like I could even see like it's not, optimal, but you could do something with it.
Blood Brothers now also increases the build limit and hit points of native embassies. Very cool. So now you're not restricted to just 3 fucking training buildings if you're doing a native strat. Thank you. Thank you so much, game. Alright, Fencing School fixed an issue where this card would not improve the train time of shock infantry for several civilizations. I'm surprised it was supposed to, considering shock infantry are treated more like cav and Fencing School is for infantry. But, I mean, I'll take it where I can get it, so, yay. Very cool. That's gonna help AZTECS a little bit, Heavy Fortifications. This card now only researches defensive technologies of your respective civilization, resulting in smaller increase. No! But,
don't worry, if you're Russia,
you still have it with Blood Brothers, though. So don't forget that.
But the fun score increase. Okay, yeah, I guess we still have Blood Brothers, which is the real fun score increase card, since that it buffs you by like 40,000. But still, it's a sad day for everybody. Research time increased to 60 seconds. Oh wow, this is a 60-second shipment now. Higher armored pistoliers, age 3. Unit count reduced to 7 from 8. Cool. This makes the team 4 armored pistoliers much better now for Italy, because now it actually immediately boosts you to higher than just to better than just a normal 7. If you just have one teammate, 4 grenadiers in age 3. Unit count increased to 5 and now enables grenadier training in barracks. Renames to Line Grenadiers. That's an interesting card. Which civilizations does this apply to? Probably Brits, right? At the very least, and maybe France.
I'll have to look. I honestly don't know who has this.
Yeah.
4 native scouts in age 2 no longer enables native scouts, as they are now available by default. Then boost it to 5 or 6. Jesus. Ugh. Poor native scouts, man. They got the short end of the stick this patch. At least you don't need to send a card in order to have some kind of counter for mercs, though. That's nice. AZTECS now inflicts 0.75 damage versus infantry. Ooh, that's a big deal, because that was one of the main things that you could do with Air Knights, is have them fight everything instead of just buildings and other artillery.
Oh no, you can't monocomp anymore. Oh!
You couldn't monocomp because they would crumble if you went into melee with them, but
keep going, there's more fun.
Jesus fucking Christ, what are you supposed to do against infantry then? Aztec have 0 units with positive multipliers against infantry, and now they have negative multipliers on both arrows and eagles? For the love of God, give Coyote Runners a goddamn infantry multiplier. I beg of you.
Go to the next point. Go to the next one.
Jaguar Prowler Knight now benefits from combat promotions, speed increased to 5 from 4.75. Whoop-de-fucking do. Still have the same issue.
Combat promotions, dude. Come on. Those are so good.
Yeah, but that depends on your ability to kill something with the Jaguar Prowler Knight.
They will kill things.
Yeah, they'll be able to kill things if they've already killed stuff before, but they can't do it at all if you just train them.
All right.
But they're speedier, and now are speedier in stealth, so it is good.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but the issue with Jaguar Prowler Knights,
they go to stealth, they kill a bunch of shit, and then they get out because they're fast as fuck. Boy.
Okay, you gotta understand though. 1, this doesn't solve Aztec's biggest issue of having 0 units that are good against skirms. And in fact, they just get less and less and less units against skirms, because it was before that Air Knight was one of their only options against skirms. Now that's gone. And Jaguar Prowler Knights still don't fit the bill because they have the heavy infantry tag and lose to skirms and melee. And two, this doesn't solve the bigger issue with Jaguar Prowler Knights, which is that you can't put them in the middle of formations because they get revealed from stealth when they reach to range. Which means that they actually lose to large masses of musketeers, which they are supposed to counter due to musketeers being able to fire at range. So these are nice bonuses that the Jaguar Prowler Knight has, but it doesn't solve the core issue with Jaguar Prowler Knights, and it also doesn't solve the core issue with Aztec as a civilization. And in fact, Aztec's core issue as a civilization has just gotten worse with the Arrow Knight change.
Keep reading.
Yeah, I do see the Warrior Priest spawn 10% faster. Big fan of that. Love that. Thank you, Des.
Nope, slower.
Yeah, Warrior Priest spawn time at Community Plaza. Oh, increased. Okay, so it's they're training slower. God fucking damn it. I'm glad that they're buffing the Jaguar Prowler Knight, because that unit is shit, but it doesn't solve the issue, and you just made all of Aztec's issues worse. Kalmakak no longer ships a... What the fuck?! Cheap war huts renamed to Tolican garrisons. Sure, whatever. Night combat moved to H4. Okay, I'm actually a fan of that one. Never mind. I actually am a big fan of night combat being moved to age 4, not because it's cool. It's cool to wait till age 4, but because now that leaves one more room in age 3, which is where all of Aztec's important cards are. So that's actually very nice that we get room for an extra age 3 shipment. So big fan of that one.
And it's card.
Oztuma Citadel, new card. Ships an American citadel identical to the Maya castle. What do you fucking do?
And it's this card.
Temple of Support now improves Coyote armor by 1.5 up from 1. 15% up from 10. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I give no shits about the American citadel. I really don't. They've gutted Aztecs. The only thing here that's good is the speed increase to Jaguar Prowler Knights and the night combat moving to age 4. Everything else sucks. All of this sucks. Kalmakak needed to ship a Warrior Priest. That was such a good card, and it's nobody's gonna send that now. All it does is half your research time to the next civilization. Now that's all it does. That's worse than. That's worse than every other fast age up card in the game now. There's no point to sending Kalmakak. It's the worst age up speed card in the game by a huge margin now. What the hell? Okay, fine. Technologies. Legendary Coyote Runners now increases their hit points down and damage by 50 down to 60. Sure, why not? Let's further increase their issue to light infantry. Thank you, game. Fucking hell. I don't understand what goes on in the devs' heads sometimes. They just made all of Aztec's core issues worse. Although, it is cool that by proxy, they have made my, what is noteworthy, I suppose, is that my, strategy where you go with the Fenarian allies is now a lot more relevant because you get to get Warrior Priests by a method that's not fucking training them at the Community Plaza, which means you get them faster now. So that's cool. It just made my Fenarian strategy that depends on a native civilization more relevant. Yay! You guys have any words about the Aztec changes before I move on, or do you think I covered it?
Nah, I think you covered it.
Yeah, and then Brits got their 3 settlers back. Okay, fine.
No, I fucking hate that. Absolutely hate it. They were doing just fine. They were overperforming. They were overpicked. Everything about Brits was over the top. And then they removed 3 villagers, and the pick rate is now back down to like a standard level. Keep the 3 vills out of the deck.
I agree.
It's unnecessary
Especially
to
when
have.
you,
They've still got
Aztec
infinite
like
two
this.
settlers. They've got other age 1 options. They don't need 3 settlers.
Especially when you gut Aztecs like this. Like, British were already like such a hard matchup for Aztecs.
Aztecs also don't have a huge pick rate either, so like Brits do. Aztecs pick rate is probably going to fall.
Yeah, I'm not going to be playing Aztecs anymore, and I love Aztecs. 10 pikemen, H3 infinite, no longer infinite, but now researches guard and allows researching of imperial pikemen for a reduced cost. Card renames to Gentlemen of the Pike. That sounds very British. I actually like this card only for the name. I approve only for the name. I would like to send Gentlemen of the Pike from my home city.
I do question at this being an age 3 card and giving guard.
Yeah,
because
that's a good point. It should be age 4.
Pikes might be too much.
Like, wait, you should have to wait till age 4 before getting guard pikes. You know what? You know, this actually just goes back to them gutting Aztecs, because guard pikes have 12 damage, which is the same as Aztec's Puma Spearmen. Although, granted, in age 3 they'll have 15, but still. The poor Aztecs are just getting gutted, guys. This is terrible. Alright. Musketeer Grenadier cards have been renamed Coldsteam Guards, Scots Guards, Team Grenadier Guards. Sure, whatever. The Black Watch now also grants Highlanders hit point regeneration. Ooh, fancy. Redcoats upgrade cost reduced. Wait, they just got a casual 500 resource cost reduction to their Royal Guard upgrade?
So I'm going to bring this up now because it's the best time to bring it up, because you're going to start seeing this and as all of them going down. They don't mention this in the main notes up at the top of the PUP, but they actually reworked every single Eurocids Royal Guard units. All of them either have the Royal Guard upgrade cost is reduced, or they all got an extra bonus. And I was just running some tests on this a little earlier, and Spades was in that as well. And they actually gave every single Royal Guard a unique skin now, too. So they all actually look distinct versus every, like if you have Guard Huss, they actually look visually different than the King's Life Guard's Huss. So all of the Guard upgrades for Euros have been lowered by ranging from 100 to 250 of each res. And the ones that had to reduce less actually got a bonus. So you'll get into those later as you go down, but this is actually a change across the board.
I am very supportive of this change. I always felt like Royal Guard upgrades, while nice, were often a little too expensive to be practical, or they didn't provide enough bonus for their extra price. So I'm a big fan of that. The next thing you're going to tell me is that they added royal upgrades for native and Asian civilizations, right?
They did not.
Right.
They did not.
That's what you're going to tell me next, right? Okay. So they're just further gutting the Aztecs then by doing this. Got it. I do approve of this. I want to reiterate, but still. Transcendence, Temple of Heaven, now has a healing cap of 100 hit points per unit. Oh, that's shitty. I mean, I'm all for Chinese nerfs because I hate the civilization, but, you know, that's kind of shitty. Cards double-faced armor in age 3 now also applies to Keshiks. Oh, that's actually a big deal. This is the one that boosted Meteor Hammer and Iron Flail resistances, right?
I believe so.
Repelling Volley in age 3 increases Arquebuser and Shukanu multiplier against Light Cav by 1.25 up from 1.5. Oh, that's also a big deal. God damn, look at that. China's living it up here. The flamethrower population cost reduce, Keshik hit point increase, Meteor Hammer range reduce, and cost increase. This increases the cost of Forbidden Army and Black Flag Army to 360 from 350 coin. Got it. So, yeah, understood. Noted. Village, reduced hit points to 2,000 from 2,500, and line of sight from 24 from 32. Thank you. Like, villages are broken as shit.
Yeah, this is going to make China a lot easier to raid now.
Agreed. Because now they don't spot you from halfway across the goddamn map with one house. Russian Brigade, Russian Consulate, now sends 25 Schiavone-like infantry instead of 15 Hussars. Got it. That'll be pretty interesting, especially because the Russia Consulate is actually, like, China's best source of dragoons, which is kind of ironic because Russia is the only other civilization in the game known for not having good goons. Dutch. Belgian Revolution now also converts Reuters into revolutionaries. Why? Who wanted that? What? Why? Nobody's gonna pick that. Everybody wants Reuters.
No one sends the card anyways, so... Yeah.
Nobody wants Reuters to turn into revolutionaries with this card. What? Okay. Oh, whatever. Nassau Regiment, age 3, new card, 1,000 coin. Sends 14 musket-armed blue guards and enables them in forts. Fancy. So they get musketeers now for 1,000 coin.
They can train musks, yep.
So the religious freedom tech renamed to Red Lancers. The previous name is now used for an age 2 card, the costing 500 coin, sending 4 Swiss pikemen and enabling them in taverns and barracks for a smaller price. Damn, they are really taking a lot of steps to turn Dutch into immersive, and I am all for it. Big fan of that.
I think they would be with all the coin, their banks and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I approve. I approve of all these changes. They have the Bison game. They have these Dutch changes all have the Bison gaming stamp of approval, which, as everybody knows, if they don't have this, they can't put it in the real patch.
Oh yeah.
Which means that maybe they don't have my stamp of approval for the Aztecs, so it's not coming to the main game, right? Right, so that works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Please, for the love of God, revert your Aztec changes, I beg of you. You're just going to encourage more Aztec players to only ever all-in rush. That's all this is going to accomplish. Please. Alright, and then a unique halberdier upgrade card reduced to 650 wood, 850 coin. God damn, that is a really, really heavy reduced price. Big fan of that. And then
so the one above it is the Reuters.
Reuters get an extra attack range. Got it. Noted.
I don't like that one. Reuters are too strong. Already way too strong, and giving him another rate, like reducing the cost and increasing the range, is going to make this obnoxious unit even worse.
Don't worry, they're going to turn them all into revolutionaries.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna send that card, man.
Alright, with that, I have to jump out, so have fun with the rest of the breakdown, guys.
Alright, Ethiopia, Tabet now increases amount of additional coin per mountain monastery, reduced to 900 from 1,000. Okay, fine. Draft Oxen moved to age 1. That's interesting. Higher band of cannoneers. Unit count reduced to 7 from 8. Higher cannoneers in age 3, unit reduced to 12 from 14. And then 14 Somalis reduced to 11. Got it. Sudanese alliance from the H up now costs 300 influence, down from 400.
Provides.
What?
Provides.
Oh, now provides 300 influence, down from 400. My apologies. And Somali alliance now provides 300 influence, down from 400. Got it. Okay, simple. Units Neftanya attack reduced to 14. Oof. That's fair. Neftanya were ridiculous in the late game. Shuttle Warrior, damage multiplier changed from infantry to light infantry. Thank God! Holy shit. That was a unit that was like so crazy in ages 2 and 3. And now heavy infantry will actually do their goddamn job. So, praise me.
That's good.
That also means they're not going to get their multiplier against Marines now. So Marines might actually do pretty well against Shuttle Warriors.
There you go.
French, Cuirassier train time reduction, cool. I mean, nobody wanted that, but cool. Native Scout can now be retrained from the town center and Native Embassy by default. And the Sanskrit that everybody makes fun of me for mispronouncing, that I refuse to change, now counters heavy infantry instead of all infantry. Sad day. Got it. I actually encourage the French Revolution. I think it's a really cool mechanic archetype, and I'm sad to see it nerfed. Storming the Bastille, Sanskrit siege damage improved to 20, improved by 20%, down from 25. Royal Fencing School also improves the train time of shock infantry. Got it. Wait, what the fuck? What shock infantry did French have access to? Excuse me?
Probably some native something or other.
Yeah, I guess. Vortigers got reduced prices. Grendarms now get a train time reduction. Why? And then Young Guard now enables Grenadier training in the barracks. Cool. So France is good.
This is one of the big ones right here.
Germany?
Yes.
All right. Advanced buildings in Age 4. This one just boosts hit points by like 40%, right? Okay, fix an issue with this card but not deliver it once. Got it, sure. 6 Polish winged hussars in Age 4 now delivers 7 winged hussars. Sure. Circle
but it's
Army.
Still called 6. Just kidding, I don't know.
Circle Army. This card now costs 400 wood and coin in the treaty game mode if the Blood Brothers card has not been sent.
Has also been sent.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, sorry, I see. Yeah. Native Mercenary cards. Fixed issues where the cards did not apply the German civ bonus. Oh, gotcha. And then all the Wettin and Habsburg allies increased in number. Zweihander, Age 4 Treaty of Westphalia. This one I think increases heavy infantry HP, right?
It might.
Or it's not that, or it increases maybe movement speed or something like that. Also increases Doppelsoldner melee range by 1. Woo! I love Dops. I'm happy to see this. Yes, more Dops, please. Encourage Germans to use Dops. They're so cool. Neil guns. Oh right, so yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about this one because Neil guns were historically kind of shit, you know. Unique skirmisher upgrade, cost reduced, combat strength is increased by 35, down from 40%, but rate of fire improved to 2.5. Ah, that's interesting. All right, sure. And Uhlans. Unique Ulan upgrade reduced, and also improved range resistance by 5%, renamed Prussian Ulans. Thank God, that's so much easier to pronounce.
Zapka? You can't pronounce Zapka? Okay. Whatever.
And Prince Electors, I know this card. This is their native card in each one. Fix an issue where the Royal Hunter didn't cost any population after allying with the Oldenburg House. Fix an issue where population changes for allied natives units differed from the card description. Okay. So which is the biggest one here that you were talking about?
People are expecting
more Dops.
That Germans is just going to be broken now.
Yeah, it's cool that their guns aren't actually going to be cool now, as in competitive as terms, probably.
That plus the DOPS plus the increase to native mark shipments. Like there are some of us around here that are saying that Germans is going to be broken, which is yet to be seen. Obviously, you can download the PUP and see for yourself if they really are that broken, but that is the expectation among some of the people in our community.
I can see it. There's a lot of powerful stuff here, and it just makes me more sad that Aztec are getting gutted. Why? Why do you need to make Kalmakak the worst fast age-up card in the game now? Why? It doesn't even arrive fast! Why?
Well, the biggest thing you can do to change that is to download the PUP and play it, and then post forum stuff.
Yeah. Haudenosaunee, new civilization bonus. Trees last longer, 100%. God damn. Why can't Aztec get something like that, huh? Town center big buttons, cost of each reduced by 5%. Alright, cool. That's the one that gives them tomahawks. 8 Aenas increased to 9. 11 Aenas in age 4 increased to 20. Jesus fucking Christ. 9 forest prowlers increased to 13. Okay, so unit buffs, unit shipment buffs all across the board. Canadian loyalists no longer arrives fast. Okay, sure. Conservative tactics now improves all infantry. Moved from the elder section to the warrior. I'm not familiar with that one off the top of my head.
It just changes where it's placed in the deck selection screen.
Oh, gotcha. Environmentalism. Tree heal reduced to 400% from 500. That makes sense. That's to compensate for their new civilization bonus. But now converts the cost of fort prowlers and musket riders to wood and food. Whoa! Mm. So now they're going to rely solely on food wood armies in the late game because their skirm, their goon, their musketeer, and their heavy cav will all be food wood units.
That's what I'm saying. Howd's entire unit roster is wood food after you send this card.
That's crazy, and they have so much tree yield too. Extensive fortifications 2 in age 3. Renamed to Advanced War Huts and merged with the War Hut training card. Train time reduction to minus 40% from 35. That's a really good card now. Oh my god. New Native Warrior conscription in age 2 replaces the Native Warriors 25% cheaper and Team Native Warrior Societies plus 20% build limit with a single card. Oh, please tell me this affects every civilization with that combo of shipments. Because that would be really nice. Team Scout...
Not inconclusive yet.
Team Scout Infantry, age 2. Moved to age 1 and also sends a Native Scout. Cool. So they have a Team 1 Native Scout in age 1 now. That's really cool, actually. Wampum in age 4. Moved to age 3 and reduces unit train time by 20%. Used to be by only 5%. Cool. War Hut training.
No. Artillery and siege units are decreased by only 5%. Yeah. Gotcha.
War Hut training reduced with Advanced War Hut, formerly Extensive Fortifications too. Right, yeah, we already went over that. Units, Aena, minimum rate of fire mechanic removed. Oh, okay, so Aena are no longer broken as shit.
Cool. Aena are no longer Gatling guns, yes.
Yeah. Draft Oxen in age 2, moved to age 1 for House, so that keeps in line with Ethiopia. Berber Alliance, okay, same thing. Fixed issue where the Imam would cost food and influence, now it only costs influence as expected. Got it. Queen's Festival, cost reduced by 50 resources each. Thank you, that button was ridiculously overpriced. It used to be like the go-to thing to do in age 1, and then they nerfed it so hard that nobody ever did it under any circumstances, and it's still hella expensive, but maybe now it'll be at least a little bit more worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Chasqui now inflicts 5 times damage bonus versus Mercs. Chima Runner, damage multiplier against artillery decreased. Haraka, increased damage multiplier against artillery. Okay, so they're further specializing the Haraka. Very nice. Decreased damage multiplier against cavalry to 0.3 from 0.5, and against infantry to 1.25 from 1.5. Okay, I'm kind of sad about that. Poor Harakas. I mean, at least they're better against artillery now. They're still short on range, though, which is a big issue. Aymara support in age 3 now adds 3.5 times damage bonus. Now adds 3.5 damage bonus against heroes instead of mercenaries, or age 2. This, I believe, is the Chimu card, if I'm not mistaken, or sorry, the Chasqui card. improves damage by 9, down from 15. Increases Chasqui build limit by 15, up from 5. Okay, so yeah, this is the Chasqui card. And now sends 7 Chasqui, up from 5. Oh, this card is super good, I must say. And Cloud Warriors moved to H3. Yeah, that was kind of needed. Especially after they removed the...
Cloud Warriors the invisible building one?
No, that's Cloud Fortresses. Cloud Warriors gives stealth to Jungle Bowmen and Chimu Runners.
Gotcha.
And it used to be worth it as an Age 4 card, because it used to not reduce their movement speed while in stealth. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But then they gutted
and then
that.
they fixed it.
Then they fixed it, and then nobody ever sent it. So now that it's Age 3, it might be a little bit more sendable now.
Shush. 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 You're back.
Okay.
You didn't stop, did you?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I stopped.
What? Why?
Because you're not here.
But you can just keep reading.
Okay, well, oops.
I'm back. Guess you're gonna have to do some video editing now.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
Alright.
Alright, Indians. Shipment rates. Increase shipment curve penalty by 10%. My poor Indians.
Definitely, absolutely necessary.
They got shipments so slow already.
Definitely, absolutely necessary.
7 is apps reduced to 6. Yeah, I can kind of see that. That tech was absolutely ridiculous. It's still probably going to be a must send in every game. Let's be real. But like 7 was so many as apps for the cost. So I understand that one. Dravidian martial arts now improves Rajaput melee damage by 20% in total, down from 30. No! But you didn't even give Rajaputs a bonus somewhere else on another card or anything like that. Dravidian martial arts was their only combat card improvement. Their only one.
India's too OP, bro.
And the Rajaput Mansadara is nerfed. Okay, to be more in line with the rest of them. Got it. Okay, Italians. Italians, yeah. Why do I say yeah? That's like Swedish. It can be an Italian thing too. I shouldn't culturally appropriate like that. All the financiers got all the finance cards got nerfed. My dream of becoming a banking tycoon is now dead. Monte de Pieta, age 2, now deposits 600 coin, down from 700. That's the one that ships you with the Lombard, right? Yeah. Uffizi, XP gather rate during resource conversion reduced to 0.2 from... Oh. Roman Tactics, Pavasir hit points now increased by 15% from 10%. Oh, that's sad. Man,
it's fine. It's fine. Don't make assumptions. Keep reading.
Holy League added the missing cost of 1,500 coin? Jesus fucking Christ. You would think the banks would go right after you for not paying that.
Right.
My good lord. That's a funny patch note. Well, which was the Holy League card? Do you know it off the top of your head?
No, I don't.
Red shirts in H4 renamed to Garibaldini. Garibaldini.
There you go. That's the cultural appropriation we wanted.
Got it. I hope you know I'm like shaking my hand right now. As
yeah, of course.
Garibaldini. The Papal Guard politician. Amounts of Papal Guards reduced to 5 from 8 and to 10 from 12 when using the Advanced Politicians card. Okay. Also enables Guard and Imperial upgrades for Papal... Oh!
Yes.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So
that makes
that's
sense
why
now.
Roman Tactics is fine.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay. Unique culverin cost increased to 450, and range resistance increased by 5%. God damn! 80% range res coals? Holy shit, that's actually good. More unique, the unique mortar cost, and mortar cost minus 50 coin. Wow, they're only gonna cost 300 coin now? That's really cheap. Actually. Maybe that'll make it a little bit more worth it and notable, you know. The Berserkler decreases the damage multiplier against cavalry and hand shock infantry on the stun attack. Okay. Papal Suave now only provides damage deflection to other ranged infantry. No, that's fine. That's all I'm going to pair them with anyways. You know. Papal Lancer.
And same for Papal Lancer. Which,
ooh, that's kind of rough. I'm not going to lie.
Which, well, no, like, I get it. Like, that's the way I thought it operated in the first place. When we heard that Papal Bombards only did artillery, that was my first initial thought, like, before Italy was released. I'm like, oh, well, then it makes sense that Papal Lancers only do cav and Zouave only do like ranged infantry.
I wonder if Hospitallers are still going to remain universal.
This change makes sense.
We're about to run Maltese soon.
They didn't change it for Malta.
Okay.
I don't think.
Japanese close combat in age 3 kit points improvement increased to 15% from 10%. Okay.
That's the Ashigaru one. So.
Yeah, less Ashigaru hit points. Good. Yay. Fuck Ashigaru.
More Ashigaru hit points.
Oh, sad day. Well. Lakota, Axe Rider. Damage multiplier against light cavalry reverted to 0.75 from 0.5. Wow, okay. I didn't realize they had a negative light cav multiplier. That's kind of weird, honestly.
I mean, it is a Hussar type unit.
Winter counts from age 4 moved to age 1. Good, that's a jump. Okay. What does winter counts do?
I don't actually know. Hold on, we can check the app. Cards. What is it called? Winter counts.
Yeah.
All units and buildings grant more XP when created.
Okay.
Buildings plus 20 and units plus 40.
That could honestly probably be a pretty cool build order for Lakota now. Now, if you can send it to age 1 and make like a super shipment based build order based off of making as many units and buildings as possible quickly for a big boost of XP, that honestly opens up a new Lakota playstyle.
TP spam.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
legit TP, not trade posts. TPs.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. TPs have better XP generation than trade posts now. 7 council fires decreased amounts of units to 7 from 21 and cost to 400 coin from 750. So overall a nerf.
Which is good because 7 council fires was already, I believe, the highest value shipment compared to normal in the game. Like if the normal age 4 shipment costs like, I think it's what, 1,500 or 1,200 or I forget how much it's supposed to cost, but 7 council fires now actually is more in line with what an age 4 shipment normally costs.
Lakota Takola soldiers cost reduced to 1,800 from 2,000. Cool. All right, civilization bonus. Hit points increase per shipment is now 1% for ships. Oh. And artillery. Oh, 2% for everything else. Man, they just hate that civilization bonus they gave to Malta.
Well, hold on. Whoa, they've edited this.
What do you mean?
They've edited it. They edited the patch notes because this used to be 1% for all units.
Now
it used to say
it's 1 for ships and artillery, 2 for everything else.
It literally said 1% for all units.
Huh. Well, I'm glad they didn't do that. Jesus Christ.
I still think they need to make it. They still need to make it 1% for all units.
No.
If you ask me. Yes.
Disagree entirely.
Absolutely. It's makes Malta's units way too overpowered. At the very least,
Well,
ships and artillery
It makes their
is
it makes their
reduced.
crossbows overpowered, I would say.
And their pikemen, and yeah.
I'd say it just makes their pikemen better than other pikemen.
But definitely worth it against or with artillery. Now, artillery can be properly countered by other units, by culverins.
Morgan's flagship added the missing cost of 1,500 coin. Man, what is with all of these banks just not going after people for the 1,500 coin they owed? I'm honestly sad about this one because I thought Morgan's flagship was designed to be free and that it was supposed to be like a one-time free battleship and then the rest of them cost 1,000 coin or whatever. But I guess not. Fine. Wall guns. Aura radius increased to 16 from 12. No longer improves sentinels near enemy walls if the Crusader Knights technology got researched. What the fuck good is it for then? What? Oh yes, they made wall guns worse. Got it. Understood. Flamethrowers in Age 2 now also sends an artillery foundry wagon. Ooh! Oh, okay. This is big. That's actually huge. Oh my god. That's really going to change how Age 2 fire thrower strategies are done now. Like, that's really big. You no longer have to build an artillery foundry, you just gotta send flamethrowers and then bing, bada bing, bada boom. Now you can train fire throwers without having to spend 250 wood in Age 2. That's a huge deal! Oh my god! Big fan. Yeah. Big fan. 7 fire throwers in Age 3, unit count increased to 8. Hell yeah! Bring it! Give me more fire throwers, game. All for this. Oh, further nerfs to depots, though. Oh, but they got a range increase. That's kind of cool.
Nope, they got a range decrease.
Oh, man. I misread that. Poor depots, my beloved.
Nope.
I feel like 75 wooden coin is no longer worth it, for the most part. At least in terms of dropping them down in random locations for scouting. And for like tactical use, obviously for the purpose of the attack boost that they give to gunpowder units and buildings, it's still worth it. You know, it's still obviously very worth it to put a depot next to your fort and your fixed gun. But with a cost increase of 50%. That is really going to bog down any kind of capabilities of spamming these out in Age 2, trying to take down forward bases and stuff like that. And then the further build time increase just is really rough. Poor depots, man. Poor depots.
Poor depots.
Fixed gun. No longer affected by the Maltese hit point bonus. Why?
Because the Maltese hit point bonus is broken, and it needs to be 1%.
I disagree.
Okay, Malta main.
I think the archers are the only problem unit for Malta that Malta has.
Disagree.
Okay. Well, if they're going to reduce all this stuff, they better fucking... They should take away the fucking, like, 2% shipment curve, negative shipment curve that Malta has, if they're going to do that. You know? Alright, population decreased to 6 from 7. Okay, that's cool. And range to 34 from 35, not a big deal. Now they don't outrange culverins by 1. That's fine. They don't move anyways, so culverins always are going to like hit them anyways. So as far as I'm concerned, the population decrease, good thing. Maximum distance to enemies' first town center reduced. Thank fuck! Oh my god. So if you weren't aware, Chase, the fixed gun has a much harsher radius on it from enemies' first town centers compared to other buildings, and it made it so that if you built a forward base as close as you could to the enemy's town center, you would have to build your fixed gun like well behind your base. It was really stupid.
Interesting.
But now you can actually place your fixed gun with the rest of your goddamn base. So I'm very happy to see that. That's a great change.
Probably.
Hospital heals units at a rate of 2, down from 2.5, and a radius of 8, down from 12. That's fine, you know. You're still just gonna plop a bunch of hospitals down on top of each other, so that's not gonna change too much. Fire thrower added target lock to all range attacks. Okay, got it.
Fire throwers just don't miss, baby.
Yeah, big fan of that, because units can sometimes get away from fire throwers. Arbalesters cost reduced, but combat strength is now only improved by 35%, down from 40. I approve, honestly. Fuck Arbalesters. I'm saying that as a Malta main. They're bullshit. They are the one thing I think people... Like, I think this is the one problem unit Malta has in terms of their HP bonus, and I think everybody overreacts to the HP bonus just because of the existence of the Arbalesters, when in fact, you know, every other Malta unit, except for crossbows and pikes, all cost 2 pop, and so I think it's perfectly reasonable to give them 2% HP. But like, fuck Arbalesters, man, they were broken. Unique Culverin upgrade now costs 400 wood, 400 food. Wow, that's cheap for a Royal Guard. Culverins now inflict additional poison damage?
That's fucking stupid.
That is so weird!
That's bad. It's bad. That's bad game mechanics.
I just imagine somebody, like, you know, opening up opening up a can of, like, glowing purple Mario poison and just dumping it on the cannonball.
Damn it.
That's kind of cool, though, because it means the Culverins will be able to do some semblance of damage to non-artillery units. And, like, the poison damage is not going to be super relevant when it comes to one-shotting cannons, you know?
That's also only Malta that does that.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, I approve! I approve!
I don't. It's dumb.
Okay, so overall with Malta, this is one of the civilizations I play. I'm sad to see the civilization bonus gone from the fixed gun, but it's fine, you know. Also sad to see it go from the Falconet. I don't really play too much with ships, so I'm not really too affected by that one. Wall guns is further cemented as a useless card. Nobody gives a shit about wall guns. And don't get me wrong, the aura radius increase is nice, and it's going to be easier to get your full bonus near walls, but not getting the bonus by enemy walls makes this useless, because that's the main thing that you want from it, right? Is that you can approach enemy walls with impunity, and you can't do that anymore. Now, I think the biggest changes here are the fixed gun, the fixed gun being able to be easier placed near enemies' town centers, and the flamethrowers now adding an artillery wagon. And just because of those two things alone, even when discussing the depot and the hospital changes and stuff like that, I think this is overall a buff for Malta. As they got a reduction to Arbalesters and other stuff, but they are really trying to push fire throwers as the go-to unit for Malta skirmishers, and they have done a great job of incentivizing them a lot more with this patch here, especially with the target lock. So I am all for this. I highly approve of these changes for Malta. I actually think this is the first time in a long time where I have been happy and satisfied with a Malta update, and even one that includes nerfs to my civilization. You know, I love all these. I love this change, this patch for Malta. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like 1% for all. I think Malta's civ bonus should be 1%. Personally, but I'm glad that it's seeing some reductions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arbalesters getting their stats reduced is a nice one. I'm a big fan of that. All right, Mexico. Advanced Frontier Defenses. This card now costs 200 wood to send during the revolution. Costs removed after returning to Mexico. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Basti Momento. now also reduces settler train time by 20%. Sure. 300 Texas Revolution now ships up to 24 civilizations, down from 85. What?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I felt that one in my chest. I don't even play Mexico. I felt that one just straight to the gut for those for Texas Mexico players. I don't really know how that shipment works though, so I can't say for sure. But just seeing the number difference is very stark.
Thank God.
Plan of Ayotla. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Decreases cost of revolutionaries again by 10% instead of 30, and allows training them in batches of 10. Interesting. All right.
Allows training them is an interesting phrase, because is it they have to be trained or you can train them?
I think it's just like the Mexican insurgentes.
Gotcha.
Plan of Tuxtepec. Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking roasted for my pronunciations.
Tuxtepec, yeah.
I like to say Tuxtepec because I like to imagine the Tepec wearing a tux.
All right, you do you, boo.
What a Tepec is, I have no idea. But I know it's goddamn dressed fancily.
You do you, boo.
Costs of 1,000 wood and food added. Oh my god. That's another one that you can field straight to the gut, you know?
For an age 3 card, too, damn.
Yeah. That must have been a big-ass shipment. Sonora Vaqueros. Something like that. Cuacheros can no longer kill huntable animals or gather food from them. Ha 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 ha! Suck it, Mexico! Ha ha! I'm saying that because I just love to get more. I love to brag about, you know, haha, my gunslingers gather coin, which can actually be used for gunslingers, unlike your Cuacheros, you know. And now your Cuacheros can't even gather. Sorry, pieces of shit. I have like this dumb like competitiveness with Mexico where I'm like, haha, the USA is so much better than Mexico.
Well, Mexico is terrible to watch or play and watch because it's just fucking, it's a meme sieve.
It is.
I hate it. So
Veteran and Imperial Saltadors now increase Saltador range each by 1. Very cool. I think the guard one already did that, so that's cool. Vigilantes in Age 4. Unique Saltador upgrade costs reduced. Unit costs reduced by 10% and Saltador range increased by 1. That is quite the set of bonuses you got there. God damn. Charos, Age 4. Unique Charo upgrade cost reduced to 900 wooden coin. Research time is 10% shorter. I don't know what Charos did. Neither does anybody, because Mexico has so many goddamn techs that...
yeah, with all their revolts and everything.
Yeah.
There's like 7 different decks you have to know.
Yeah. Chinako damage bonus for hand shock infantry removed. Let's go! Fuck yeah! Now it's not just an instant loss if I build Coyote Runners. Not that I'm gonna be playing Aztec, but still. Hacienda line of sight reduced to 24 from 34. Oh, so it's getting the haciendas are getting the village treatment. An insurgente cost increase? Really? Huh, I felt like they were kind of weak. Alright. Ottomans! Obus guns take 2 seconds longer to train. Balanced. Look at that. There we go. Okay, I'll continue. Damage multiplier against light cav reduced to 2.25. That's
so,
nice.
Yeah, so the Obus gunner change is nice.
It's not enough, but it's nice.
2.25 is pretty significant, like it's 25%.
Yeah, but
reduction.
nobody is out there saying Obus Gunners are broken because they do good damage versus goons.
I mean,
People are out there
Obus
saying
Gunners,
Obus Gunners are broken
are
because they do good damage versus everything. You know?
fair.
Like, it's a nerf, but it doesn't solve the core issue. Just like Aztecs, how they got the Jaguar Prowler Knight buff, but it doesn't solve the core issue with the unit or the Civ. In fact, I will never stop making... That was such a good joke, come to think of it, where it's like, yeah, but they have promotions now. I'm like, yeah, but that depends on their ability to kill something, Chase. I actually really like that joke now, thinking back on it. Alright, artillery. Line of sight increased by 3. Wait, what? Just all their artillery got a line of sight increase?
Yeah.
Okay. And now uses...
Not a range increase, just a line of sight increase.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
And now uses the unique Ottoman skins by default. Man, the developers just fucking love Ottomans. Oh,
well, so there's a ton of, like, the devs have been cooking. Everything has new skins. It's amazing.
Alright. AZTECS. Damage increased to 8. No, these guys were already in the S tier for the heavy infantry list. But range multipliers reduced to 3 times from 4. Okay. Wait, no, that's still the same damage! 8 times 3 is still 24 from 6 to times 4. So they just do more damage to everything else now. God, no!
Yeah, pretty much.
Devs, please, they were already S tier. People just don't use them because they're stupid.
Well, now they're going to start using them. Or they won't. Because they do the same damage.
Bashi Bozuk. Negative damage multiplier added of 0.5 against villagers. What the fuck is a Bashi Bozuk?
That's their town militia. Their Minutemen.
Right, thank you. Humbarasi, line of sight corrected to 17 from 15. Damage multiplier against artillery reduced. Thank you. Spahi. Hidden cost increased of 400 food. Wait, what? Oh, hidden cost. Oh, I see. I understand. Hidden cost increased from 400 food from 280. Bounties adjusted accordingly. So this means that Ottomans are going to have a higher score spike when they send Spahi, and you're going to get more XP for killing them.
Correct. And now they've corrected their unit name.
Yoruk now constructs town centers 15% slower than other villagers. That's interesting. I mean, I'll take it.
Also necessary.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. 4 Humbarasis increased to 5. Millet system cost increase. Cool. The Imam cost reduced to 800 food, but now only sends 100 coin down from 150. Interesting. Kopikulu Core, Palace Intrigue in Age 4. Cost increased to 2,500 food, up from 2,200. Is this the one that sends that sends Great Bombards? I think it's the one.
Which one?
The Age 4 Palace Intrigue tech. I think that's the one that does Papal Bombard. That does Great Bombards.
I am not sure.
Ulaphilis in Age 4. The unique Humber... Oh, it's a Royal Guard Humberasi upgrade. And also reduces unit cost by 5% food and coin. And
no, by 5, not 5%.
Oh, by 5, okay. And Rumeliats increase unique deli upgrade, just reduce cost. Got it. Portuguese, not a lot of changes for Portugal. And it's a big patch, holy shit. We've been waiting, thank God it's big, you know.
Yeah.
Order of the Tower and Sword, that's a cool name.
Yep.
Now also improves Black Rider hit points by 15% and melee combat by 30%. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, Black Riders are kind of gonna be competitive with Yojimbos now that Yojimbos have their area of effect reduced now. That's kind of cool. Ordnance Bestiaros, unique crossbowman upgrade, costs reduced. And unit is 25% cheaper. Research is 25% cheaper. Oh my god. We might actually see Ordnance Bestiaros in H4 for Portugal now.
Nice.
25% cheaper. That's a big deal, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. They already only cost 80 resources. They're only gonna cost 60 resources. They're gonna cost 30 food and 30 wood to make. Holy shit. That's so cheap for a Royal Guard fucking crossbowman. Oh my god. Alright, Legion Dragoons. Unique Dragoon upgrade cost reduced. Got it. Wow, they barely reduced that. Poor Legion Dragoons. Strellet line of sight increase. Musketeer renamed Recruits, added unique visuals. Halberdier renamed to Portuguese, added unique visuals, and unit is now available in H2. Oh, that's a... Okay, so that's what you were saying about like their siege issue being solved, right? Is
yes.
The Halberdier is available in H2.
That's Steven that was saying that, but yes.
Okay, Ellie girl, yes.
These units always had lower combat values than other musketeers and halberdiers. In an effort to make these unique values more visible, these units are now unique units. That makes perfect sense.
Dunamai's here, by the way.
Who's here?
Dunamai.
Oh, hi Dunamai, what's up?
He's muted.
I thought you were recording a video.
I am.
Oh, we are, but you're here. Welcome. You're part of the video.
All right. Going
I
fine.
have to
How
feed
about
my
you?
dog anyways. Take over for me.
Alright, we got 4 Grenadiers increased to 5. New Halberdier card in Age 2 added. Boyars no longer affect Strelicy, but Cavalry Archers instead. Oh, that's
Can I
interesting.
direct your attention to something? This 4 Grenadier card, you looked over something a bit quick. What's the age for the card?
Yeah, it's Age 2. That's a lot of Grenadiers. Got it. That's that. No kidding that their siege issue has been solved. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see
I
here.
guess this is a bug, but I'm not sure.
New Order Regiments, Age 2, improves Strellet, Halberdier, and Musketeer hit points and damage by 10%. And then new Age 2 card enables Cavalry Archers to be trained in the Commerce Age in shorter time and for wood instead of coin costs. Oh, so you can make a Cavalry Archer Strellet combo with food wood. Cool. That's actually really neat. And Pijutor's Toy Soldiers. Recruits damage and hit points reduced by 15%, down from 25. Okay. Card now also affects Portuguese and Grenadiers. New Portuguese hit points increase, and Portuguese gain more hit points from nearby infantry. Ooh, okay, so Russia really has like a new frontline tank unit. They are a halberd civ now. Holy fuck. Okay. Big fan of these changes. And then they can turn their musketeers into actual musketeers. Holy fuck. That's a big deal. God damn. These are... Russia's eating good this patch, dude.
Russia's gonna be strong. I don't know about the Grenadier in H2 card. Like this feels strong, like insanely strong.
I mean, they have like
6
very
Halberdier in
little
H2 too.
They have very little H2 siege. Let them have it. If it turns out to be broken, we can remove it in the next patch. You know.
Yeah,
It's fine. We can give it to them for a patch at least.
let Russia mates have fun, please.
It turns Cossacks into disciplined Tartar archers. Well, they have a lot of transformation cards now. That's really interesting. Although, I don't know why you would want to turn your Cossacks into other units. Cossacks are so good. Although I suppose I suppose it's about turning it into a different unit class.
Yes, sir. Disciplined Tatar archers are anti-cav goons that have a multiplier against all cav.
Mm.
So you can essentially go against goons, and the second this card comes in, you actually counter them.
Team House of Romanov moved to H1. Oh, so Romanov moved to H1. Do you know what this card does?
Yes, this used to be Team Barracks HP.
Gotcha. The one that didn't affect hospitals because the developers were dicks.
Maybe that was a balance change, actually.
Tula Arms Foundry delivers 2 Grenadiers and 1 artillery wagon in Age 2. Oh, that's a big deal. That card might be a bit much, I don't know. That's the first one I'm kind of iffy on. Okay, westernization.
It does enable you. Go ahead.
Now researches veteran Portuguese cost increase, cool. And Petrine reforms in H4, it's the same thing. Cost change, reduction by a lot. Wow, okay. So Russia has really cheap, really cheap guard upgrades now. Got it. Bashkir Ponies, also in Age 4, now delivers 23 unupgraded Scivoni-like infantry instead of 17 guard hussar. Renames to Lifeguard Jaegers. Man, I would rather have the 17 guard hussar. God damn, that sucks.
Well, keep in mind that Russia does not have by default a long-range anti-skirm, and they often lack
they do.
a long-range anti-skirms. That is true, but a long-range agile anti-skirm.
Yeah, well,
so I think it's a decent change.
As far as I'm concerned, this is just making me more salty for Aztec because they gutted that civilization in this patch. You missed it, but I went on a good long rant about the Aztecs for a while. That civilization is gutted right now with this patch.
I haven't really paid attention to it, but I'll look into it.
Okay. Let's take a break here. I'm sorry, gentles and lady men, for going over this again, but fuck what they're doing to the Aztecs. Arrow Knights now have a negative.
Finish the patch notes. Just go back to the timestamp that's shown on the screen. All right, just go back to the timestamp that's shown on the screen.
Yeah. I want to rant about Aztecs again for a little bit. So yeah, they increased.
I gotta go. Bye.
They increased Jaguar Prowler Knight speed from 5 and gave them combat promotions. That's cool. It doesn't solve the Jaguar Prowler Knight's main issue, and also the combat promotions don't matter because that depends on the unit actually killing something. And that's not gonna happen. And also Warrior Priest's sad day. Call Macaque no longer shipping a Warrior Priest? What is this card good for now? It is now the worst age-up card, fast age-up card in the game. It doesn't even arrive fast, and it does nothing other than boost age-up speed now. It's the worst one in the game. By far now. The only things that I approve of here are the boost to Coyote Runner armor and moving Night Combat from Age 3 to Age 4 because that it gives more space for more Age 3 cards in Aztec's arsenal, which are the most important. Big fan of all of those, but fuck what they did, because now Aztecs have even harder of a time dealing damage against infantry because they have no unit availability to them in any form, even through big buttons or shipments that has multipliers against infantry. And now their 2 best units that they could have used against them, which were Eagle Runners and Arrow Knights, both have negative 0.75 multipliers against infantry now. So they are just fucked if the enemy goes with skirmishers. Ugh. Okay, rant done. We're going
that's kind of sad.
So they buffed Jaguar Prowler Knights, which, I mean, cool. The unit needs all the buffs it can goddamn get, but it doesn't solve the core issue with Jaguar Prowler Knights. And then they made Aztec's core civilization issue worse. And they're just further incentivizing people to only rush with the civilization instead of going into the late game.
I fondly remember a game when I was H4 with Italy, and I had a mass of Papal Zouave, and like the Aztec guy bullied me for pretty much 25 minutes straight, and I knew that from now on he could do nothing to me, and he knew it also. And we spent like the last 10 minutes of him trying to flank me with Coyote, only to see like a few halberdier warding them off and him losing the game. Yeah. That was like heart-wrenching.
Poor Aztecs, man. They got nothing going for them. They have this civilization is gutting. This patch is gutting them so hard that I am not going to play Aztecs unless I get. I am not going to be playing Aztecs unless it's using the Funarian boom now.
We'll see. I think maybe we've overlooked something.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I've been close reading everything. Alright, unique Cav Archer upgrades reduced. Cav Archers reduced down to 35%. Research is 10% shorter, sure. And then the Grenadiers are 10% cheaper. So they're really trying to push Grenadiers for Russia now. That's kind of cool. I like that. Spanish Gold fixed several instances where cards available in Spanish Revolutions did not work as intended. Okay. Also grants Halberdier regeneration and promotions in Age 4. Cool. That's their unique church tech. Wild Geese, another unique church tech available in Age 4. Moved to Age 3. Cool. Approve of that. I think that most of these church techs should be Ages 2, 3, and 4 for their upgrades, with a couple exceptions, you know. Cost of 2,000 food remains unchanged. That's fair. Wild Geese are insanely good. Now ships 20 Irish Brigadiers instead of 10 Hargeboozers. Honestly, I view this as a nerf.
Keep reading.
It enables Irish Brigadiers in taverns and improves their movement and attack speed. Okay, never mind. Alright.
So for issue on the actual, I was on EZ stream, he was testing them. It's 4.5 speed after buffs, and 1.27 attack speed in melee. It's only the melee attack speed.
Oh, really? That's weird. Alright. Espadachins. Unique Rodoleros. Give them a multiplier against heavy infantry. Okay. So they're making Rodoleros a little bit, behave a little bit more like shock infantry now. Interesting.
Hey, you want to know something funny, Buffalo Joe?
Sure.
They make Espadachim, they Jaguar Polar Knight, and then they nerfed Aztecs.
Yeah, I know. It's so dumb. So dumb. But Jaguar Prowler Knight gets promotions. Whoop-de-fucking-do. They can't kill anything. I've been complaining about Aztecs every single all goddamn patch, dude. Unique Lancers get increased movement speed by 0.25? Really? Lancers get 7 speed?
It's actually 6.5. They're a very slow cav unit.
Ah, okay. Tercio, unique pikemen, reduced, and research time is 10% shorter. Spanish have 3 royal guards? I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
Alright. I'm excited to get to USA. I've been told there's some cool stuff there. Alright, Swedes, Carolians, cost increased. Cool. I approve. Fuck Carolians. Negative melee multiplier towards riflemen changed to include all light infantry units. Wow, so Carolians are going to lose to skirms in melee. Once again, I approve. I think it's bullshit that they can just charge into melee units. Charge into melee with things that counter them and win. So now they actually are just going to stick to what they counter, and that's that. Okay, but they can still charge into cannons. Got it. Noted. Leather cannon, no longer tagged as a gunpowder trooper. Oh, that's the poor leather cannons, dude. Poor leather cannons. They no longer get.
I think it's mainly for advanced arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
So they used to
they're losing
double dip
out
in the
on,
advanced arsenal.
Yeah, they're losing out on like 15% damage and 10% hit points.
And the speed.
And the speed.
No, it was just 1%. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. Train time increased. Cool. Damage multiplier against heavy infantry reduced. Or heavy cavalry reduced. Okay, cool. Nerfs to leather cannons. Hack a pellet. Negative damage multipliers is 0.7. Increased to 0.75. Just across the board, sure. I'm assuming that's like talking about villagers or and stuff like that.
And I think in melee against infantry too.
Torps build time increased to 19 seconds from 16 seconds. Gotcha. Lion Grenadiers added to Home City. 1 Foundry Wagon plus 1 Leather Cannon, renamed, sure. German Mercenary contracts, age 4. Improves... Wait. Right, this is Swedes, right? Improves damage and hit points of mercenaries by 20%, down from 25. Oh, cool. So Swedes don't just casually have better mercs than Germany now.
Just before you go on, you remember when you said like the crossbowmen, it was a big deal. They got like minus 25% cost for Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Gustavarian guards now have slightly more armor and movement speed, sure. The Royal Guard pikes cost reduced by 50%. Yeah, 20 food, 20 wood. I mean, I don't really care that much, as much about this. Like, yes, it's a big deal. Yes, you can spam twice as many pikemen for the same cost, but, like, they're pikemen as opposed to ordnance bestiaros, which I think is a much bigger deal for them, you know? Nobody needs 60 pikemen, you know. But
well, here's the fun thing now. The Caroleans are super expensive, and if you get pushed by Cav, you might lose your Carolean mass. And if you're in H4, there's actually a decent argument for a 20 food, 20 wood unit.
All right, I can see it. Yep. Okay. And Drabots, unique Haka pellet upgrade cost reduced to, okay, it's just reduced. Okay. United States. I'm excited for this one. German immigrants. Settler wagons are now trainable from the Commerce Age. Very cool. Delivers a homestead wagon. Ooh, that's a big deal, actually. Cost of 200 wood added. Never mind, it's still shit. Oklahoma.
We could.
Oh, sorry,
I think this is strong because we don't yet know if you can train them from a mill, and if it delivers a homestead wagon, you can actually create a mill and have like a pseudo second town center in H2. And if that is the way they are trained,
that's actually true. And yeah,
that's a big deal.
They are trainable for mills. It used to mean that so German immigrants used to make them trainable in H4. Now it's saying they're trainable in H2.
I think honestly, if that's the case, this is the new German talk.
Yeah, this German immigrants is now actually a viable start in H2. I see that now. It's also just really cool though that the fact that this says that's adding a homestead wagon also means that you don't need to that you can cut out the 7 sheep and 1 homestead wagon card from the German immigrant opening now, and just do German immigrants into Delaware with the advanced homesteading card.
I'm very sad.
And get all 5 of them that way. So this cuts a card out of that and makes it a lot faster in general, as well as giving you a German immigrants a lot sooner because you get the homestead wagon right away with this card. So this is actually a big deal. I called it shit at first because the 200 wood. No, that's worth it. You know, you can chop 100 wood for a house. That's worth it. You can bet your ass I'm going to be experimenting with Delaware starts with USA now. That's a big deal. Oklahoma Black Mesa cost increased to 250 from 200. Yeah, that's fine. I was using this card back when it costed 500. Honestly, like Oklahoma Black Mesa is insane because it's an H3 and it's no longer in H4 costing 1,000 wood. So thank God. Kentucky Hunters in H3 no longer increases owl hoot range, but ships 5 owl hoots instead. Oh, that's kind of sad. So you get sharpshooters and owl hoots, but you no longer get the owl hoot range. To be honest, the owl hoot range was like the main reason I sent that card. Oh well. It is what it is. Age 5 Florida card now ships 2 cowboys for each shipment you have sent so far this game. That does not matter whatsoever. Nobody ages to age 5 with Florida, because if you do go, and that's not going to change even if you are going with Outlaws, because if you are going for Outlaws into age 5, you're still going to age up with New York, because it gives a 25% stat boost to Outlaws. So that doesn't change whatsoever with Florida cow hunters. Florida still worthless.
Maybe if you go mass facade, but then why would you want to go USA anyway? You know.
Because USA can make them cheap.
True.
And Seminole Ponies, H5 in Florida, now also sends 9 Hussar. Okay, so by the way, Cow Hunters is the card that sends you, like, 2 cows for each card that you sent. Now it's 2 cows and 2 cowboys, which is a lot of stuff. Kind of a shame the cowboys can't gather from the cows, otherwise I think it might be kind of okay. But 9 Hussars added to that combat shipment is actually pretty decent. This I think actually does create some incentive to go to Florida. So Florida, if you don't know what Seminole Ponies does, this is a combat card for 15% to hand cav, and also increases hand cav movement speed by 5% and train speed by 10%. And boosts train speed by 10%. So adding 9 Hussars on top of that will actually make that card pretty high value now. I dare say if you choose to go Florida into H5, which it's still not the craziest thing, but if you are playing into the late game of USA and you are going to H5 and you think to yourself, God damn it, I need lots of powerful cav, Florida might actually be okay, because you will get a huge shipment of cowboys now. Like, you are going to overpop harder than you've ever overpopped in your life. Let's be real here. But yeah. Marion's Diversions with South Carolina now sends 2 Quaker guns. Thank goodness Marion's Diversions was way too bad. It only enabling the Quaker guns as your card is just not enough. It really isn't. And Unique State Militia have faster train speed now. Got it. Revolutions, 2 covered wagon for Brazil, I believe. Yeah, no longer increases build limit by 2. Yeah, but the one it's known for is Brazil with Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, Revolutions with this card grant +4 to their build limit. Oh, sad day, Portugal mains. You can no longer infinitely scale Fatorius and cover the map in town centers. Oh, so sad. Whatever will they do? Justified.
I'm actually super sad for Haiti, because Haiti didn't deserve the hate. But oh well. If what it takes to nerf Brazil, I'm fine with that.
Barbarian States got Loyal Warriors and Outlaw Combat. Cool. Canada.
Outlaw Combat is actually a big deal, because a lot of Barbary State stuff is outlaws. It's essentially a 15% across the board.
Yeah, I'm aware. Canada updated the Revolution with various cards from the British, French, and Haudenosaunee civilizations. Canada got whole new fashion statement going on. No, the grizzly bears cost population slots. How could they?
I am super sad.
Agreed.
I am so sad.
Wait, that's gonna affect the fucking bear flag revolt for USA. Why? Fine.
I think it's only for Canada, because you used to have like a 51 build limit bear, and you could set 7 infinitely. So if you are you could fight with your cheap natives when you were going for French natives into Canada revolt, until your mass of bear was ready, and the next wave would be I've seen 200 plus unit on the field with Canada, even though you have a full CDB economy. This was extremely good. This is a cavalry unit that has no cavalry tag, that has no negative multiplier against villagers, that is, I think, 700 HP when it's buffed.
It does have a negative multiplier against artillery, though.
Yes. And that's it. Dragoons don't counter them, pikes don't counter them. The only way you counter them is just through raw firepower.
Or hacker pellets.
Not anymore. It was fixed.
Oh, they removed hacker pellets multiplier against pets?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. 16 Musketeers Infinite added. The researches Musketeer upgrades and improves their cost and range. Cool, that's a neat card. A Canadian militia officer can now be sent from the home city and improves villagers, native warriors, and militiamen in combat. How dare another civilization boost their militiamen in combat? That's a USA thing.
And by the way, improving native warrior in combat for Canada, one of your cards gives you 3 guaranteed native allies that you can't wipe off the map.
Neat.
So it's actually a big thing.
All right, Egypt, higher Badalkan Stratiots, reduced, no longer available to the British. Oh, interesting. Finland, cleaned up the long tooltip. Card is no longer required to train fishing boats again with Northern Wilderness. Blockhouse build limit assigned to 15 from unlimited. Haha, poor Finland. 5 blockhouses. This card is no longer infinite, but now sends 4 blockhouses and 1 force. Cool. Added several Swedish and Russian cards to the home city. Guys, they're can I skip over these? I don't really care too much about
Well,
these.
it's your video.
I know, but is there anything super important here that's like game-changingly relevant?
Not necessarily if you don't play Revolts, but there's interesting strat in there. Haiti has a very cheap unit now, for example. Hungary gives you quite a bit of a power spike by researching a guard upgrade for your cav. But other than that, I haven't seen much.
I do want to see the United States revolt. Just cause. Because they got lots of Gatling guns, and I'm curious to see how they're made relevant in comparison to actual United States. No longer improves Gatling gun hit points, but now spawns a general instead. Oh, that's interesting. So British can get access to the flag. Update the revolution with various cards from the USA civilization. Oh, that's interesting. Conscription and replaced by a Rhode Island militia. Okay, so it's just renaming a lot of stuff then. Okay. And some map changes. I don't see anything super crazy here. Alright, this has been the video. They have gutted the Aztec civilization. Super salty about that. Can't do anything about it. Oh well. I'm very excited to play Malta. Fire throwers are gonna be insane now. They were already really good before, but just kind of outclassed by the crossbow. However, with the boost to flamethrowers and the target lock and the general increase of the H3 shipment, fire throwers are actually going to be a huge force to be reckoned with for Malta, starting as soon as H2. So big fan of all of that. Big fan. I can't think of anything else to say. That's it for me. There's been a lot of stuff here. Really good changes across the board, except for Aztec, which I am so salty about. Please change that before the actual patch comes out, guys. Aztec don't deserve this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye. My god, I can't fucking...
Still my heart beats again and again. I'm always searching for love with no sense within.